Okay, well, today's topic is very much out of my comfort zone and quite literally kind of feel like a fraud talking about it, but also wish someone who felt the same way talked about it. So I knew I wasn't alone. And that is something that I kind of really just promised myself that this would be for people, would just be more. I want to become more of a conversation and not, here's what I'm telling you to do. I might be telling you what I'm doing, but more of like, you are not alone. Let's go through this together, and fight bad habits, fight things that you wish you like did or were, but also like totally acknowledging the fact that maybe you aren't those things, and that's okay. Um, and so it's a little bit lighter of a topic, so um, but also what I just kind of wanted to talk about. Aesthetic. Your aesthetic. It sounds so like, oh my gosh. I don't know what I was listening to, but it's like woo-woo, right? But the woo-woo works, and so we're gonna just chat about it. Um, if you look at me right now, my aesthetic past 4 episodes have been a hoodie. Now I've got a baseball cap, no makeup. I showed up one time with makeup on, but it's okay. Um, because I'm also acknowledging the fact that my aesthetic is sometimes I wear makeup and sometimes I don't. And quite frankly, I didn't have to leave the house today. I got caught in the rain on a walk with Tony this morning and I worked out. And so here I am, but I'm still showing up. So, um, I kind of just want to be that person for you. Now, listen, aesthetic is not just what you wear, but it's also like your house and your like how you like things. And this is my definition anyway. Um, I always saw like these perfect, and you see it on social all the time. It's all white. Everything is tidy and clean and has a space. And then every now and then you see like oh, look, the kids' toys are everywhere. Are you kidding me? Do you really live that way? I don't think the average home lives that way. Right now, over here is like a heating blanket, another blanket, pillows out of order. My kitchen's a mess. And like if you were to see, I have a how I'm like holding the microphone and stuff. It's just not cute. And like if you got a behind the scenes of what this looked like, you'd be like, oh, but it's how you make it happen. So it's not really about like perfect and tidy and perfection. At least not in my world. I'm a mess. However, there are moments where you might look at my house and go, wow, it's really put together. But when we moved, we got rid of a lot of our bookcases. And we have like so many memories. And I look at my bookshelves and I cannot think of anything I want to get rid of. But I also don't have the space to get rid of it. So where does it go? I want it out. And so, yeah, my bookshelves are a little more crowded than I like. But it's sometimes not about that. Like, it's really about how do you want to feel? And how, maybe this isn't how you want to feel, but like, I don't want to put my memories away. If you're on the video, this right here is one of Tony and I's yearbooks that I make. I try to make every year. I miss some years, and so I'm just trying to just slowly catch up. I didn't do it. I did one our very first year we were ever together. And that was like a hand done scrapbook. But then I did one for the first 10 years up until when he proposed. And then I wanted to do one for every year we were married. Well, I don't have them all. So I have the latest one that I do have, and it's out. That way, I love just flipping through it. I love reading what I wrote about the year, memories and stuff like that. And for me, that might be cheesy. And I like it. Well, not for me. To other people, it might seem cheesy. It might be self-centered. I know some people that really don't like to have pictures of themselves in their house. And when I heard it, I think I heard it on a podcast. I can't remember who said it, but when I listened to her explanation of it, it made sense. I was like, oh, okay. I do. I love having my family, Tony and I love to just be reminded because most of the times photos are good memories, right? Or like if you maybe lost a loved one, for instance, my grandfather. I have a picture. Now I work at the ca- at at a desk. I work at the kitchen table. I work on the couch. I work on the floor. I work at the island in the kitchen. I work in the bedroom. I mean, anywhere you want, I work. But where a lot of my things are, there's two pictures of my grandfather, and he has passed. And I don't know why I keep hearing things, and maybe this is where like I got this feeling of wanting to talk about it. Is like they were like, it's creepy to have people who have passed pictures. What? That's creepy because I love to look at the picture of my grandfather and I as a little girl when I was a little girl and just get taken back to that memory. Um, Most of them I do remember, or they take me and they put me in the place that I do remember it. And I love that. And I think it just goes back to my message is like, you don't have to owe anyone an explanation for what you do, how you dress. I mean, I get so caught up down to like what Tony and I wear, not what Tony wears. Honestly, it's funny because I could care less what he wears, but what I wear while we're out on our walks and we're gonna pass people. And do they think I look weird? I don't even know these people. Why am I allowing them to care? Because it has been freezing cold. I mean, today it was probably 45 degrees and we got caught in the pouring rain. At that point, I didn't care what I look like. And it just takes certain circumstances to put me in that headspace. But like, I want to live in that headspace all the time. I want people to come over to my house for a holiday or a dinner and not worry about what they think. And if they do, like, okay, great. You don't live here. So, I mean, it's really about, yes, aesthetic is more than fashion. It's like a look, it's how you feel. It's kind of the vibe, right? And it's not just your body, it's your home, it's your lifestyle. I talked about how people think or how I get so caught up in like how I love Disney so much. And I feel like people judge me for it. Again, not their life. So, and I feel, I know these are just the same message over and over, but it really is what I'm working through. It's not, my pillows don't match, but you know what? Tony and I aren't ready to buy new ones. And I don't want to spend money on something just to like make it look good because who is here? No one. Right? And so, do we want to buy new couches and have this? We do, But we have other goals that, like, when we set our goals for and intentions for the year, it is once this happens, then we'll buy furniture for this room, then we'll buy furniture for this room, and then we'll do this, and then we'll decorate this. Like, I want my guest bathroom, my um mini team that I taught for a couple years ago. Got the Walt Disney Enchanted Tiki Room sign. It is a wooden sign. The moms decked it out with glitter and rhinestones, and I got to keep it. And I want my bathroom to be like, I want to find, um, like Walt. I want to find a picture of Walt like designing it, and I want it to be an Enchanted Tiki Room. I'm not ready to spend that kind of money right now. But that's my goal and my dream. One day I'm going to keep that sign and it's going to go in the guest bathroom until forever, until I change my mind, which is fine. Um, and like I said, it's not about polish and perfection. It's like, what do you like and what do you vibe with? And um, I will admittedly say I think it's harder when you live with someone else. Um, as far as your home. Um, but you compromise and then you get a space for yourself and then you kind of mesh. And if you're lucky enough to have a husband like mine who I know what colors he likes, he has a few trinkets that he would like displayed, and then he doesn't really care. I mean, I think he cares more about like the actual furniture than the way the furniture and everything is designed. Like when we moved here, it was a whole big thing of like where the couch was going to go and where the TV was going to go. And I was making it the big deal. He wasn't. Um, but I admire the cleanliness. But I also really embrace convenience. I really embrace comfort. I really embrace just being surrounded by the things that make me happy, more so than I care about what it looks like to everybody else. However, I also care what it looks like to everybody else because I so much care about like things that people say. I have been so I hear things. And again, I don't think people mean things by them. I hear, oh, I hear tone a lot. Oh, like, and we'll get to this because I'm going to talk about health and fitness soon. Because I've got a whole tangent about that. But like, oh, we know you won't eat that. But they do it about like, oh, you're wearing Lululemon. I can't afford Lululemon. Or that's so expensive. Or this hat, if you're watching it. You know how many times I've been told I need a new hat? I've actually had people buy me a new Yankees baseball hat. Um, the rim of this hat, so if you're listening, the rim of this hat is fraying, but I really like a distressed hat look. And you know how long it took me to get this hat to this place? And I love it. I love it. And so guess what? I still wear it. But people are like, oh, you need a new hat. No, I don't. Or, oh, you're wearing a Disney shirt again. I get the Lululemon stuff a lot. And look, I am trying to be more girl on a budget, especially now that I don't teach um anymore. But like, how much did you buy for your blah, blah, blah. How much did you spend on your clothes for your corporate job? Or how much did you spend on your nails? Now, grant, I used to be a girl that got her nails done all the time, but I don't ever get my nails done anymore. How much money are you spending on your makeup? Like, we choose to spend our money where we spend our money, and you may choose regular clothes, and I'm choosing athletic clothes because what am I wearing most of the time? My athletic clothes. And if you treat them properly, they last for a long time. Which my husband likes to remind me I don't need any. But, and so it is what it is. Listen, I have battled cleanliness my whole life. I am the person who um, it looks a mess, and then someone will ask me, and I can pick up the paper, and it's like right there. So like it's it's a messy clean to me. It's an organized chaos, I guess you could say. And I want to embrace it, but I also am in this challenge. My husband is what was an army brat. He was raised, his dad was in the military, and everything had a place. He also doesn't like to necessarily move in all the time because he's also ready to move. And but he really likes everything to have a place and everything to be neat and tidy. And I am not really that person. Um, but I am because I know that I'm not, listen, I'm not the person who is going to bring you all the research. But I know there is research. So like I might quote something, but I don't have like who said it right here with me. But I know there's research that your subconscious will walk by a mess and it messes with you. And so, do I want to? Yeah, I have put an hour a day, 45 minutes a day in my schedule to try to tidy up, clean up a certain area of the house or do laundry or what, make sure the trash is taken out or things like that. But like, also, I have to kind of embrace who I am. Um, I mean, the same thing kind of goes for fashion. Like, I like to be comfortable. I also love heels and shoes and like I see dresses and I'm like, ooh, but I don't have a place to wear it. I think I'm in this era of like, I love to stay in. I want to be home. I was gone constantly all the time. And I'm still like at least once a month now. I'm still traveling for a few more months. And so when those things happen, I'm more aesthetically pleasing, so to speak. But it is what it is. Um, I guess so. One, I want to say, like, if you feel that way, you're not alone. Two, I think there's something to owning your aesthetic, owning who you are, owning what you like. And for me, I don't like Disney threw up on you, but I like Disney makes me happy. Mickey and Minnie make me happy. So they're around my house, not like tacky, but they are there. Um, I also recognize I am a person who my aesthetic changes with the season. I don't know if you're like that. Like, I have burnt orange leggings that probably won't get worn again till September, maybe October, because to me, you don't wear burnt orange in January. I don't know. And like after Thanksgiving, it's reds and greens and stuff like that. But I, my color changes. Um, my, sorry, I got a text on my phone. Maybe it distracted me. My My color palette does change. Now, I have like purples that I love all year round. I love a good magenta pretty much all year round. Um, Pink though, even I do like pink, but it is also like one of those things that I don't know, like I don't often wear it depending on the time of year. Um, anyway, so I would like incorporate like and make that okay. Like when I decided to create this brand, everybody's like, "Ooh, your color palette. You need to just no, my color palette, I like black. Black will be my constant and purple probably and maybe a little bit of a blue. But other than that, the colors around that are going to change and adjust because that's what my aesthetic is. And if maybe that's not the right way to brand myself, too bad, so sad. So, um, anyway, but I would say experiment and whatever you like is, I think should be fine. And I want you to, really want to normalize not being feeling like you have to be perfect. It's okay. Listen, most people look like a slob. I don't know if you were like watching like uh all the drama around the TikTok like went down and then it came back up and like people outing themselves about how they aren't authentic. I just heard about it, but like it just goes to show you, like, people aren't who they are. Like, really. Um, it, it's funny. It really is interesting to watch that whole thing, but like, people are going to be perfect and they're going to show up and they're going to do their thing and blah, 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 blah. Just, you got to filter through the BS, I promise. You got to filter out. Um, like, do you like to dress up, but rarely do it like me? That's okay. You can be both and. I when I dress up and like went to an event, my students were always like, "Oh, Miss Sarah, I didn't even recognize you." Well, yeah, because I'm in athletic clothes teaching you how to dance, and here I'm not. So like it's okay. Um, I think the most important is feeling good. Now, if a certain area of your house or a certain outfit and you don't feel good, maybe it's not your aesthetic, or maybe you just need a bigger size, or um I would look into why do you not feel good about it. Um, there's so many things that I wish I could wear, but they don't look good on me and I don't feel comfortable in them. And so I have to be okay with it looking okay on someone else and not me. But um and then I turned 40. So, but I don't feel I look 40. I do feel like I'm starting to look older, but you know, here's the deal. I like my ripped jeans and I'm 40 and someone had said to me once that my ripped jeans made me look like I was trying to be with the younger crowd. That's their perspective and I have to let them that I'm going to wear my clothes anyway. But do you know, every time I put my ripped jeans on, that thought goes through my head. So one, I also want to like, uh, oh, what's the phrase? Public service announcement. Words hurt. Words stick with people. And so you have to be careful what you say. I will never forget who and what said, "Oh, I bet you don't eat that." Yes, I'm looking right at you. I don't think they even know who they are because actually a few people have said it, but when it's happened, I know who it is. Um, I guess here's what I want to do. I'm giving myself permission, and I want to give you permission to decorate your house the way you want to, wear whatever you want, and um, enjoy the lifestyle that you want. If you want to work for someone else, work for someone else. If you want to work for yourself, work for yourself. And like, that's a part of your aesthetic, in my opinion, too. Like, I don't know what the actual definition of aesthetic is, and maybe I should have done my research on that. But anyway, I guess what I want to say is this. I need permission. So I wanted to talk to you about how I feel. Hopefully somebody else feels this way and hold me accountable to it. And I want to hold you accountable to it. And let's like live our lives the way we want to, wearing what we want and living in a house the way we want decorated. Um, your life doesn't have to look like everyone else's. It's funny because I know this, like the whole podcast is fighting for your fairy tale and a lot of fairy tales and like happily ever after, but like it doesn't have to be like a romantic, like happily ever after is like, are you happy with your life, your fairy tale life? Just fight for that. Fight for what you want. Um, Let me know. Take a small step and let me know how it goes. I'm interested. And I have Rainy Day at Animal Kingdom on in the background because it's been a rainy day. And so, with that said, I hope you keep fighting for your fairy tale.